Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world. Talked about a team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. Okay, I talked about it before. One of my favorite, most intriguing players that we signed in the offseason on defense was Jeremy Chinn. And there's good reason. Number one, I think that he was a chronically underutilized player for his skill set. Also, he was a little bit, unheralded, like he was under the radar type of guy, bounced around a little bit. This is his third team. Also, I really do think that some of the defenses that he was on, he didn't have a lot of help until last season when he played with the Washington Commanders. They had a little bit more help and they were winning some games, and you saw really what Jeremy Chinn can do, a little bit more spotlight on him. I think that his ability is going to really come through with the style of defense that both Pete Carroll and Patrick Graham like to play. One of the things that really kind of highlights the safety position from Patrick Graham specifically is the fact that he does like to employ three safety sets because he brings one safety down as a kind of like an extra linebacker type, but he's able to cover tight ends and backs out of the backfield if the route or the play goes that way. So he's a lot more versatile than people really give him credit for. He's huge. He's 6'3", probably 220, runs like a 4.40, and hits like a truck. The guy is going to be a big key piece to this defense, not only on the back end as a safety, but also in that middle range as more like a pseudo type of flex linebacker type, because he could definitely get it done there too. He's a soft-spoken guy and doesn't normally have a lot to say during the kind of presser type of interview. So I'm really interested to see what he says during a more relaxed, looser type of environment here at the roundtable. When I talked about it before, all these guys are Raider employees. They're not going to have these gotcha moments, not going to do the hitting hard questions. But I really want to hear what Jeremy Chinn feels about his role here with the Raiders on defense and also as a leader in the entire team. So let's go ahead and take a listen to Jeremy Chinn's interview. But before we do, I want to make sure everyone please like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free to do. And it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel. Besides doing absolutely nothing, just watching the video. Okay, enough of that. Let's get to Jeremy Chinn.
Jeremy Chinn is kind enough to join us. Raider Nation, let's hear for our latest and greatest guest.
Yeah, we got cars.
He still got his cars.
He got his cars. You can move them there.
I need these.
Yeah. No more.
I'll take those.
Jeremy, how you doing, man? Welcome to
to
Raider Nation, the fans, your first media day. How's it been so far?
This is cool. It's a whole production. So I'm not gonna lie, I have never seen like fans at a media day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a new wrinkle we put in.
Yeah.
How has this transition been for you? Because a lot of fans, just from a fan perspective, they're really counting on you to come here and make a big difference.
Yeah, no, that's great. Now the transition for me has been smooth.
Okay.
Working with everybody here, the whole staff, it's been great. My teammates have been great. I think we're meshing really well and really creating this defense that we want to identify.
What about the defense that early on that you like, and how was the safety room?
I think we have a really good room. We got one big guys in the safety room and guys who can do a lot of different things, including myself. So I know the versatility has been a big talk, a big part of it, and that's real. So I'm excited to come in and just be able to affect the game in different ways.
What does a Pete Carroll defense meshing with the Patrick Graham defense, meshing with what you're bringing in from your years in the NFL, what does all that look like when you kind of throw it? Is it a pot of gumbo? Is it a quilt? Yeah. Is it seamless? What is it?
I guess we'll kind of see, but that's the cool thing about it, because you've got Coach Carroll, then you got PG, and it's just it's nobody's defense really. It's kind of our own thing, and we're really kind of meshing it and gelling it all to hopefully make a good product that we can all be proud of.
I'm happy you mentioned Patrick Graham, because I believe he's going to be a head coach in the next cycle. He was very close in the last cycle here. To get an opportunity to play for him along with Pete Carroll as you're seeing this defense evolve through OTAs, and you got a big week coming up this week.
Yeah, PG has been great to work with. He communicates so well, not only with the way he kind of calls the defense, but he explains what he's looking for and what he's looking to do, and why he's putting us in this situation and what we're trying to defend. And I think a lot of guys, all the guys, have bought into that, and I think we see his vision.
As defensive backs, you usually have a free safety, you have a strong safety. recently there's been a trend where, I mean, I put your film on, man, you're at the line of scrimmage, you're playing like a linebacker, you're playing deep third. Kind of where did that come from? How long have you been kind of doing that?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life, really.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
I've been playing different positions since I started playing the game of football. So I think that's the cool thing about it. But I mean, as far as like specific to the NFL and playing different spots on the defense, it really started like since I came into the league. Like if you watch when I came into the league, I played a lot of the, like the Sam linebacker spot, the big nickel spot. I also played deep a lot as well. So being able to just kind of flip the switch between being a true safety and then being kind of like that sub linebacker and sometimes even playing on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's that versatility you're talking about, and not only just with yourself, but it seems like with every player that's back there, you have to be able to play.
Yeah, for sure.
More
I mean, the
than
game
one.
has changed so much now. You really don't too much see just a true safety anymore. Like a lot of guys come down and play that nickel role, and you'll catch them in different spots.
I look back at the great Sean Taylor, may he rest in peace. His ability to play. Yeah, you were just with Ronnie Lott last weekend at Marcus's
Best ever.
event. Ed Reed. When you look back at the history of the position of safety, who were some of the players and idols you looked up to as a kid?
Oh, man, I'm glad you asked. I could go on and on. Well, Sean Taylor, you already mentioned
Yeah.
Sean Taylor. Ed Reed. I'm from Indiana, so
Yeah.
a huge Bob Sanders fan.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, love Bob,
Just
man.
the way he came downhill.
Man,
Big
love
hitter.
that guy.
Cam Chancellor, everybody loved the Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
And Earl Thomas and all those guys. Troy Pola-mao, versatile, so instinctive. And, there's a lot of times Troy Pola-mao will play, and it's just like, you could tell he's just kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But he was super fun to watch. But, I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah. How do you have to process differently when you're in those different positions? I'm in deep third, right? You're either cover one or cover three or whatever, and you have speed on the outside, but you have a guy who loves the middle of the football field. How do you process different from, coming from the outside where you're playing like a Sam and you have to maintain leverage on maybe a sweep? How do you process those things from play to play?
Yeah. I actually, talk to myself a little bit. Like, all right, I'm at nickel right now.
So you're going through this as you're playing.
Or like, all right, I'm at safety right now. Like every play, like there's a process, there's a thought process. Like there's a diagnostic to what the offense is doing. What are they showing me? What are presenting me? What's the down and distance? Who's in the game? Like, and where are they lined up in the game? So, I mean, every single snap.
Oh, awesome.
Knowing what you know about the Legion of Boom, and Pete, do you feel like there's going to be a lot of traits from that where you coming down into the box, you really finish people off and tackle well down there, but just the concept of what Pete's going to do because you're new with him and throwing up that tape and building a defense that could play, maybe not instantly at that level, but is that one of the goals you're looking to follow?
I mean, I'm not going to say that we are the Legion of Boom and that we're trying to be the Legion of Boom, but I definitely think there's certain things from that group that will be incorporated into this defense.
Outstanding.
When you talk about the position of safety, and you talked about some of the guys that you've liked, what do you know about this Raiders as a franchise and the history that it's had from the back? I mentioned some of the cornerbacks earlier about the Soul Patrol, but even when they had Lester Hayes and Mike Haynes, there was Van McElroy in the back there too. Do you know a lot about the history of this organization?
A little bit, like the Ronnie Lott and the
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, the Charles Woodson.
Yeah.
Rod Woodson. Yeah.
Rod, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, guys like that, if you know ball, you know about that.
Awesome. Well, we want to thank you for coming on. You got a busy day today.
Yeah.
Fans really appreciate you being here. Thank you,
Well, I
Jeremy.
appreciate you guys.
You got to go say hi to them. I'm sure they'll want to take a picture or two with you. And
Again, really soft-spoken guy, but he goes right to the point. He's versatile. He's played that way his entire life, his entire career, playing football at every stop. That's just what he does, and he's modeled his game after a lot of guys who did something really similar. Sean Taylor was one of the type of guys that was like this, that was able to be a third end of the field guy, but also be great at run support. He's one of the guys that you lined him up at linebacker at times. Bob Sanders, a big hitter with the Colts. There's a lot of guys, Troy Pola-mao, he was pretty much a linebacker that played safety. Okay, he was that's how just tough and durable he was, and a big hitter. Everyone that he mentioned were all big hitters, right? Ed Reeds and all these guys, they were all really big hitters. And Jeremy Chinn is in that same mold. I think Jeremy Chinn might be a little bit bigger than those guys. Honestly, he's 6'3", about 220, like I said. To run that fast, that's a lot of mass coming at you. That force coming at you is big. But he's not reckless. He's a really smart guy, and you can tell he's really thoughtful. He plays different positions. He just doesn't get moved up. He's not just a safety in the box. When he's in the box, he is a linebacker. He's playing as a linebacker. When he's playing over the nickel, over the slot, he is a nickel. He's not playing as a safety doing anything else. He's playing as those positions. Because of that, I believe he's going to be the ultimate chess piece for this defense that's going to be needed. We did get some additions to the defense in the linebacking core, and Jermaine Pratt, I think, is going to be a really good addition there for the linebacking group. But you still need to have a lot of guys up that can tackle, that can take on blocks, that can keep their assignment, and guys that are smart with good traits and good ability as well. I mean, the athletic ability is through the roof with some of these guys. But when you take a look at all these guys coming together, and you take a look at, know the history of how Pete Carroll liked to play. And with PG, he likes to play 3 safeties and flip down a safety into the box sometimes. And so these guys need to mesh these concepts together. And I think that Pete Carroll and PG will do a great job of doing that, especially when they have pieces like Jeremy Chinn to move around the whole chessboard of the football field. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Really appreciate you guys watching. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this video. It's an excellent way to support the channel. It's absolutely free to do, and it's the bare minimum you can do to support the channel besides doing absolutely nothing and just watching the video. Guys, keep crushing it, man. I really appreciate you guys. Hit that notification button. Share to your socials if you could, please. And everyone, please tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your mamas, tell everybody. Raiders versus the World's greatest and going to Raider Nation today. All right, guys, that's my time. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.